Chitani naham nacha shutra juve nacha grana netre nacha vyoma bhumi na tejo na vayu Chidananda Rupa Shivoham 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 Shivoham. I am auspicious, I am blessed, I am the Shiva. That is the ultimate goal, that conception, that idea, that realization is the ultimate goal of all human beings. That's why Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna said, the goal of every human being is God realization. By God, he meant this, that I am not the body, not the mind, not the senses. Why? Because the whole universe is made of 5 things. This pancha, we know that 5 objects, 5 matters, they are like this: the earth, the water, the air, the fire, the ether. So like this, the pancha kosha, our body also 5, made of 5 things. Annamaya, the body; Manomaya, the mind; Annamaya, Pranamaya, the vital force. Like this it is pancha: Annamaya, Manomaya, Pranamaya, Vijnanamaya and Anandamaya kosha. These all 5 things. Here Shankaracharya says, no, I am not. So then what I am? That is the discussion. That why, if I am not this, then why I can't realize, I can't feel, who am I in reality? In reality, I am always bliss, I am always existing. But we can't understand that, we don't feel that, we only sometimes listen from the Indian philosophers this thing, but in reality, we can't see this. That is why here in this, why we should meditate, we started, and then finally we have come to the last chapter where it says why we are like this. And the last time we read that jati, desha, kala, vyavahitanam api, aparjantam, smriti, samuskarayo, eka rupatvat. It's a long aphorism. It's the number 9 aphorism of the last chapter, Kaivalyapada. And here it says, and to some extent it is scary also, but all our impressions are continuously following us. And sometimes because of our desire, because of our mental attitude, we may take the lower birth, like the animals, birds, maybe insects. But those impressions are always there, subtle. And then slowly it comes up, and when we take the human form, again those desires are coming up. Those who are behaving like the animals, the impressions of the animals are there, and at the time of death, those impressions will be so strong, next life they will have to take animal birth. But as because they were human at one time, that impressions will also be there. So jati, the species; desha, the space, the time; kala, Bhavohitanam api. This is continuously going on. So it is anadi. So that is the reason Swami Vivekananda in one place he asked, why we should be moral? The question is why we should be moral. Again and again, in every religion, all the time, they wanted to make the people to become moral. The 10 commandments is nothing but the commandments to become a moral person. The Moses, he brought the 10 commandments and he gave it to the people. What were there? Morality. The Jesus, what is his 10 teachings? Morality. In Hinduism, full of morality. And why all this morality? Why should we be moral? Because of this. Unless and until we become highly moral, completely self-controlled, we have to go on suffering birth and death, the circle. It goes on like this. And it is not in a smooth way that every time I will take a human form. No, it goes down to different forms, again come up. So that is why this is telling that you should be very, very careful. And if we are not, then we have to suffer. Then in Swami Vivekananda, he explained this in a very nice way. Experiences becoming fine, and then that becomes impressions. When we are doing something, when we are experiencing something, good or bad, happiness or sorrow, whatever it may be, that's an experience. And that experience slowly goes down and it becomes an impression. Revivified, become memory afterwards. Yesterday, when I was telling to those people, our retreat is going on in Ganges. Swami Ishatmananda is giving the retreat. Maybe this time they are over. And there, just jokingly, I was telling that Ishatmananda told that morning one lecture was there, he can't deliver. So that was reduced to discussions, etc. Some people told what we are going to do, because from morning to 11 o'clock there is nothing. In between that one and half an hour lecture is over. So obviously, so I was telling you should be happy. When we were children, so used to be happy when we found the school is closed for some reason. And now the school is closed and the teacher don't want to teach and you are not happy. So then I was telling them long back, that's immature. I went to the school, all our friends, they went and saw the school is closed and there is a big board because of the death, untimely death of so and so, the minister, we are closing the school today. And our guardians were not happy, but we all were very happy. Children are very happy. Why not every week one minister? If they are passing away, they are also free, we are also getting a free. So we were very happy. The impression came, I forgot all those things. It's not a joke that I read. It just happened in our life. And when we were only kids, that what experience became subtle and went down, and the moment the situation came, it came up, and then I expressed that. This proves. So that's why, of course, after that, one gentleman came and told Swamiji there is a joke. It's not. I said, what is that? The two friends, the students, they went and they saw their village school is burning. And one student started crying. Oh my, another was, hey, why you are crying? The school is burned. That means we are free. At least for a few days we need not to go to school. Then he said, I am not crying for that. Look at this side. All the teachers are out. They are not inside the school. So do you think they will again call us? Maybe there is no school, but under the tree they will force us to read. So that's all these childhood days impressions. But that proves the experience never dies, it is not lost, it is always there. So that is why it says experiences becoming fine become impression. Impressions revivified become memory. This is from the memory it is coming. And then the word memory here includes unconscious coordination of past experiences, reduced to impressions with present conscious action. In each body, the group of impressions acquired in a similar body only becomes the cause of action in that body. Now here the thing is coming to think of that whenever we are doing any action, at the back there is a cause. There must be some causes. Without that cause, action cannot be. So sometimes some children are behaving in a very special way. Why they are behaving that way? If you inquire, you will find somewhere they saw it, or in their past life it was there. A small toddler not even can't walk properly. The moment they saw the tabla, the special instrument, Indian instrument, it went and started beating. Others are there, they are just running here and there, but this small boy, he is interested to play the tabla. The more you drag that boy out from that, the more he is interested, he will be crying. Why suddenly when others are not? Impressions. He knows what is that, but he can't express at that moment, but impressions is there. And that's why we find very young children, they are very intelligent, they can sing, they can memorize the whole Gita, they can do this, they can do that. It's not certainly in this life, past expressions. So that says amaratta. What is that amaratta? Impressions. And the impressions when are there, so desire is there. When desire is there, action is there. Action is there, result is there. Result is there, again impression is coming. So it goes on in a circle way. So where to stop then? Then the aphorism in there, and the Rishi is asking himself, is this permanent? Is there no stop of this? Then he is giving the answer. In afterwards we will find that he is giving the answer. What is that? He said, tasam. Tasam means those impressions, those actions. Anaditvam. Anadi means it is permanent. Anaditvam ashisha nitvatvat. This ashisha, the word ashisha means I should not die. That is called ashisha. I should not die. I want to live. Why? No one, even a small, just born, if you are asking him to die, you own. Why? See, this is the speciality of Hinduism. Every time it goes to a problem, and then just like the scientists, they will go deep to find out. So then it goes and find out the reason is fear of death, the pain of death. When a person is dying, the tremendous pain, that gives the impression we don't like to die. Suppose it is a very enjoyable experience, the death. Suppose a very enjoyable experience. All will say, okay, no problem, let me go and have that. I have seen in some of the parks, the small children and the other people also, they are in a water, they are splashing, and from the top it is coming down, they are shouting, they are afraid, but they are enjoying. You have seen that, what is that? I have forgotten the name of that. Sleeping from, and then coming and falling on the water. And that is really very difficult. But even then, they like to do it again and again. Why? It's not painful. It's enjoyable. But of course, they took me to one experience, one place. When it's not a rocket is launching, how those people they feel inside. But it is not inside; it is the outside. And then suddenly, when it left, suddenly it left. Slowly they were taking, and we were enjoying. We could see far away places. And our legs are dangling, we are outside, only one strip over here, and suddenly it went up, and in such a speed, oh my God, of course, a fraction of a second maybe. Then slowly we came down. The next man who was sitting, he was holding my hand. He told, Swamiji, I was afraid, but I knew you were by my side. Also, but myself was afraid. I myself was afraid. But anyway, he was thinking that, then next time if you ask me to go and enjoy that, no, I am not going, because experience is not happy experience. So we go to those experiences, we will go to have those experiences which are happy experiences. So why do you don't want the death? Why no one wants to die? It's not a happy experience, obviously, surely. Even those who are suffering for a long time, and every moment, every time they like to die, they will be telling, Swamiji, please bless so that I will die. I am really suffering. At the time of death, they don't want to do that. So they want to survive, they want to live, because that is not a happy experience. See how in these aphorisms they are going so deep and analyzing tasam. Tasam means those expressions, impressions. So that is tasam, anaditvam, almost eternal, like eternal, anadittam, ashisha nityatvat. So it says that it remains forever, hence desires are without beginning, but it has ends. And Swami Vivekananda analyzing this, it says, all experience is preceded by desire for happiness. I read again, all experience is preceded by desire for happiness. There is no beginning of experience, as each fresh experience is built upon the tendency generated by past experience. Therefore, desire is without beginning. Excuse me, if you have stopped the AC, then at least put on the fan, something. Either fan or AC. So here we find, this is in the 10th aphorism. How to end the desire? This is the question. So how to end the desire? Then it says, hetu, phala, astraya, alambanaihi, samgrititvat, tesham abhave, tad abhava. Those who knows a little Sanskrit can understand it very easily. Hetu, hetu means the cause. Then phala, phala means the result. Astraya, that is getting some place where they can stay, that is mind. Alambanaihi, alambanai through senses, they are getting it back. Sangrihitvat, collecting. And esham abhave, suppose it is not there, supply is not there, tad abhava, then there is no desire. Now the question is, the whole thing depending on the desire. So if the desire is there, then that means we have to stop the desire. How to stop the desire? So that depends on the when we are not collecting information, having information. Now let us go to the root. Our desire is the cause of our happiness or misery. I wanted to eat something sweet, I ate it so much, then I have to go to the hospital or to a doctor, something. So I am going to the hospital for why? Because I had the desire. Desire of what? Eating the sweets and too much of sweets. So all this is causing. There is a cause. Cause is the desire. So hetu means the cause. And what is that cause? Avidya, they say. What is that avidya? That is ignorance. What is the ignorance? I am Lord Shiva. I am permanent. I do not know that. And that is called ignorance. From that ignorance comes all these things. So here it is explaining, and again I say that it is a fight, war against our desires. Who is fighting? Me. Against whom? In my mind. With whom? With my mind. So my mind fighting with my mind. So in the Upanishad and in the Bhagavad Gita, it says again and again, Urdharet Atmana Atmanam. Both the times they are using the word Atma. This Atma means mind. So you have to help your mind and then you will be free. How I can help my mind? With my mind. And now there is a conception, just to make ordinary people understand, they developed a conception of Devata and Danava, the gods and the devils. And the devils means the bad people, they are coming and trying to drag us down, and God is trying to help us so that we get happy, we become happy. So this is constantly, this fighting is going on. Where? Within the mind. So to make these easy to understand, so many things are there. The Durga Puja, the Lord Goddess Durga, she is fighting against whom? The Asura, where from it came. So if we go to the deep in that, even in the rituals, the same truth they are telling. Here it says, actually the problem is this Pancha Indriyas, the 5 organs. In the 5 organs, it goes out and it collects the information. This is the eye, the ear, the nose, then the tongue and the skin, getting the information. And information is coming where? The mind. And in the mind, what is becoming? Desire. Though you were driving, it was all right, suddenly you saw a sign, the food are available, exit 26, immediately you feel, let me take the 26 exit, let me go and have a cup of coffee. If that was not there, there was no desire. We could straightway come. So in our daily life also, we can see how the desire comes. So desire to stop, desire to drink, desire to eat comes from some object. And the moment we see that, we are familiar to that, we want to get that, immediately the desire comes. Of course, the ordinary desires are all right, but sometimes too much of desire that takes us in such a place where we suffer. So that we have to stop. In the whole process of yoga is nothing. In the first aphorism, you may remember that first aphorism says, what is yoga? Chitta, Vritti, Nirodha. Yoga, Chitta means the mind stuff, Vritti, the waves, Nirodha, control. That is the yoga. And now this International Yoga Day, etc., that yoga of course is a physical, but even then that also always teaches to be quiet, calm. So that is the main thing. How we can become quiet? Controlling our desire. How to control the desire? By constantly thinking, analyzing, discriminating. So it says in the aphorism, 11th aphorism, hetu to what is the hetu? What is the cause? Avidya. Avidya, asmita, raga, desha, abhinivesha, you know the pancha klesha. Those who are studying it regularly, Pancha Klesha. And in Hinduism, in Hindu philosophy, all the time, Pancha is very important. Maybe it is easy to remember the fingers, they are 5, so you remember everything 5. So Pancha Klesha. Klesha means the cause of suffering. What is that? First is avidya. What is that avidya? Vidya is knowledge. Avidya, wrong knowledge. How? Again, the Vedanta puts it, when you are afraid seeing a snake and someone comes with a light and you see it is not a snake, it is a rope. You were only thinking that it's a snake. What is that? Avidya. Ignorance. So that is the reason. So that's why the moment we know that we are divine, it doesn't mean that immediately we will die, we will stop all our actions, nothing like that. We will only enjoy the whole life. Understanding that we are divine, we are permanent, we are only changing our bodies, and we are changing only our impressions. So that way, if we think happiness is ours, we are not afraid for the limitations. So this is limited, this is going away. Not like that. Whatever it is happening, only what you have to do, what we should practice, not to be attached in that, not to be attached to so much. So Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna said, in the Bengali, he said, Advaita Gyan Achole Bedhe Jatha Ichha Tatha Jao. Have that knowledge of Advaita. That Advaita means one, the oneness. After getting that oneness, knowledge of oneness, then you go anywhere. You are free. There will be no problem. And that is why the Ramakrishna Mission, this monastic organization, we don't go to the secluded places, leaving the whole society. Swami Vivekananda, rather, they asking us to go and help the people, be with them, be one of them, listen to them, trying to help them, everything we are doing. But we are not attached to those things. That is the training that you have to understand, you have to take, and you have to imbibe. Otherwise, again the suffering. We are doing everything, but at the same time, we are not going down and attaching ourselves with those things. So this is the hetu phala astraya avalambanai sangrihitvat, collecting the informations, collecting all those impressions and creating problem. Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna, he wanted to see one place. There's a very famous place in India, pilgrimage center, Kashi. He wanted to go to Benares. And obviously, every Hindu will like to go over there, the place of Shiva. He went over there, he saw, then afterwards, he is telling what is there? The same tamarind tree which is here, the same tamarind tree also over there. That means wherever you go, sometimes some people they think unless we go over there, we are losing something in our life. Not so serious. You can go, you can enjoy, but everywhere a different type of scenario. The nature is totally and may be different, people may be different, language may be different, but life is the same. Same life everywhere. So that is the reason, if we have that conception, so we are not so much attached to this. And someday we have to die. Someday we have to go away. If we always keep that in mind, we are not attached to this. And we are so happy. Long back, there was a movie, Ananda. And those senior people may remember, one person came to know that he is suffering in cancer. And in those days, and now also, the cancer means he is going to die. He came to know about it. And his friends were trying not to tell the truth to him, but he came to know about it. And he was behaving with everyone in such a way, nice way. everybody, even those people who never liked him, started liking him because his behavior became so nice. Why? We are temporary. I am going to pass away maybe after some time. Why should I have to fight? Why should I have to jealous and all these things? So that gives us a wonderful idea, and life becomes really full with joy. Not that, oh my God, I am going to die, then what? Then I will close my all doors and windows so that there should not be any accident. I am not moving out. The moment I go out, there may be accident. So inside the room, God forbid, Nepal's action. And then there is an earthquake, you go down, it may happen. Even inside the room, it may happen. You do not know when is going to happen, what, where, how. So all the time be totally free and at the same courageous and detached, and that is the whole of yoga. The secret of yoga is this: I am permanent and I am not going to die. I am only going to change my body. Does it mean that we should go and commit suicide? No, it's of no help. Why? Again it says, Atita anagatam swarupata asti dharmanam adda vedat. It is the 12th aphorism. It says, Atita means past. And what is actually the past? Is the action already committed, already done, remembered. What is the Atita? What is the past? Actions already done, now remembered. That is Atita. Anagata, it has not yet come. That is future. What is the future? Again, the action that we have already done, but the result has not yet come. So that is called that future. I have appeared in the exam. Sometimes if you ask the children which grade you are, I think I will be in 3rd grade. So that means he has appeared in the exam, but he has not got the result. So the future may be 3rd, may not be, depends on the examiner, the teachers. So that way action has been already done. We have already sat in the exam, we have already written the exam, now the result has not come. That means action has already been done, but the result has not come. That is called future. An action done and remembered, Atita. And what is Vartaman? When we are acting, active, doing, that is Vartaman. These are only 3 stages: Atita, past, present, and Bhavishya, the future. So these, it says, both exist within the object at all time. Sarupata asti. And it says, form and expression vary according to time. Form and expression vary according to time. Why? Because of the past, present, and future. The gunas are 3 substances. This again a very important philosophy of Indian thoughts. What is called, why different type of people? Same people but behaving differently. Why? Again analysis. Again they have researched, and the result is there are 3 qualities are there: Sattva, Raja, and Tama. Almost all the Indians, they will be knowing it. Sattva, Raja, Tama. And why we cannot become Sattik, the good, Sattva means good, the first grade, the first quality people. Why? Because love. They always feel happy and try to make other people happy. That is a Sattva Guna. And Raja, they want to become happy, and they also try to make other happy, but at the same time they like to know, are you going to remember that I helped you to become happy? The Sattik, he is happy and also helping others to become happy, but not expecting anything. Rajasic, Raja, doing the same thing, expecting that you should remember I helped you. Rabindranath Tagore, in one of his famous poems, he told the one drop, it fell in the ocean. And that drop is telling, hey, remember, hey ocean, remember I gave one drop in you. You may be having the water, so much of water, but at least one drop that belongs to me, I have given to you. That is called Rajaguna. Mone rekho ek phota dilem shishir. That is in the Bengali, it says, you must remember that I have given you one drop of water. So that is called Rajaguna. Always try to, and majority of the people are Rajaguni. And then come the Tamasic, they only live for themselves. Now we have printed one quotation of Swami Vivekananda on a t-shirt and selling from our store. They only live who live for others. Swami Vivekananda said. Why? Unselfishness is God. What is God actually? Conception of God. We constantly talk about God. This unselfishness is God. See, here in the Patanjali Yoga Sutra, when you are reading this, we can understand expression is totally different thing, but understanding a truth is different. And to understand, we have to go very slowly, word for word, and every time on each word we have to concentrate, meditate, and try to implement. So, what we have learned in these three aphorisms, the problem is our desire. And for the desire, sometimes we are happy, mostly we are unhappy. And where from the desire comes? From the past actions. And when the desire in the future will go? Because of the present actions. So, actions are coming because of the desire, and because of the desire action, again it goes the round way. How to stop it? To stopping the desire. How to stop the desire? Thinking that I am not going to play in the hand of desire. That is all. I am not going to play in that. Why should I? And sometimes some people are very good singer, but if there is no people to appreciate, they won't sing. So why you sing? Only for the appreciation of the other people? Then there is a different thing. In the moment you are asking for, seeking for appreciation, there will be some people, somebody criticizing. Oh, okay, he sang, but then there will be some. Then along with the appreciation, criticism also you have to accept. So happiness and at the same time unhappiness. But if you are not attached with that, like Mirabai, she used to sing bhajans, and people used to wonder. Even Didain Sultan, the famous, the king, Samrat Akbar, the famous Akbar, he came secretly to listen to that bhajan. And he was wearing some ordinary dress, and he came and sat, the wonderful bhajan. Mira didn't go. Mira was singing in her own shrine in the temple, but the person like Akbar came to listen to that. So that is why Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna, he used to ask Swami Vivekananda, he had a very nice voice, resonant voice, and he was a very good singer, the Vivekananda. He used to ask him, can you sing a song for me? When Vivekananda one day sang, he went into samadhi, deep meditation, because there in that song he was telling, why, O mind, you are roaming around here. In this world, you don't belong to this world, like that. Next day, when some people were there, same Sri Ramakrishna asked that Narendranath, can you sing a bhajan for me? Narendranath, young boy of 18 years, he saw all these people, so he was very cautious that he should be nicely, he should be singing. He chose that song that will impress the people. After all that, Sri Ramakrishna told, today your song is just like a curry without salt. it's not tasty. So you have prepared, you have cooked, but without salt, it's not at all tasty. You are singing not for God, you are singing for your own appreciation from the people. By that way, they always teach us that one must be very, very careful. Why? What is the desire? Appreciation. And when I am getting the appreciation at the same time, that's why you will find every time we say Ramakrishna Arpanamastu. Whatever we do, the lecture that we are giving, meeting the people, or writing the article, or as a ministerial job, whatever we do, we always offer to Thakur, even at the time of food, eating the food, good, bad, everything. Sometimes some of the monks, they will be mixing all things, right from the yogurt and from the beginning, everything they will mix together and they will eat. Why? Don't like to get any taste. I have to eat to keep this body, that's all. Why? For the taste. So that's a different idea. Ultimate thing is not to get the impressions. One should be very, very careful. What is the monk's life? To be away from these bondages. That's all, and nothing else. Not that you have to have this type of color. The one lady, of course, she never knew. She was telling, do you sell the monk's garb? No, we don't sell. It cannot be sold like that. But actually she was thinking to put on that on somebody, on a child, they will be playing, some acting, something like that. So whatever, but monk's garb means what? Is a symbol. What is that symbol? Constantly reminding that you have renounced. So this color is the symbol of renunciation. And you must go on what you have renounced, your desires. So this you are constantly reminding yourself that I have given up my desires. There is no desire. So this is the ultimate. Otherwise, Atita Anagata Sarupa Asti Dharmanam Adda Vedat. And again, if we read from Swami Vivekananda, it says, the idea is that existence never come out of non-existence. From Asat, Sat cannot come. Asat means there is no existence. But the Buddhist philosophy sometimes they say like that. There was nothing. From there, something has been created. No, it is impossible. When there is nothing, something cannot be created out of that. There is a magic. There is nothing in the air, they will round there that stick, and immediately they will bring out so many things. But actually they were hiding it in different places. They brought it. There is a magic they show. It is not magic. The creation is not a magic. The magic means, so that is why Swamiji said, the idea is that existence never comes out of non-existence. The past and future, though not existing in a manifested form, yet exist in a fine form. Whatever we have done in the past, right this moment, it is not there, but it is there in a very fine form. Sometimes very ordinary people also, they will be telling the husband and wife relation for 7 lives. And that is why, I don't know in the others, but they always burn a light, fire, and the husband and would-be husband and wife, they will go around 7 times. So that is the relation we are going to have for 7 times. Why 7 times? 7 lives. Why these 7 lives? Because it is continuous, and they are thinking 7 is enough, I think. And after that, maybe. So this is the gunas, they constantly go down like this. It is always there, but very subtle way. Atita, Anagata. Atita means the past, Anagata the future, and it all goes and it comes like that. Then the 13th aphorism, it says, Te Vyaktya Sukshma Gunatmanaha. Friends, we are actually studying a very difficult book, and that is Patanjali Yoga Darshan. Very, very difficult. This Patanjali Rishi, he is describing human mind. He is giving how to go out of this bondage, out of this circle. In the evening prayer here in the Ramakrishna Mission, composed by Swami Vivekananda, the very first word, Khandana Bhava Bandhana. So, bandhana means the bondage. That please you cut asunder the bondage. What is that bondage? Desire. And who can actually make us free from desire? God. Why? Because all those things are coming from God. Avidya, that ignorance, is also coming from God. Vidya is also coming from God. So, but the Patanjali Rishi is not accepting God in that sense, though he is mentioning Ishvara Pranidhanat Ba. You can control your mind, concentrate your mind on the concept of Ishvara. You can concentrate your mind on anything, but at the same time on Ishvara also. So, this is the whole philosophy. The obviously is little difficult. It is only Swami Vivekananda in his wonderful book, the Raja Yoga, as simple as possible, he has explained this thing. So, the Tolstoy, after reading this, he was so happy. Tolstoy, afterward, he commented, this is an excellent book. The 4 yogas that Swami Vivekananda composed, actually the lectures mainly that he delivered, Karma Yoga, Jnana Yoga, Bhakti Yoga, and then Raja Yoga. Why Raja? Raj means the king. He is the head of all the other people. So, that is the Raja, the kingly. So, that is why this yoga, and here it says in the 13, they are manifested or remain fine, being of the nature of the gunas. And the being of the gunas means the gunas are of 3 substances, sattva, raja and tama, whose gross state is sensible universe. This sattva, raja, tama, these 3 qualities, they are when coming together and changing in different ratio, creating this universe. This is really sometime when you hear, the first wonder, is it possible like that? But slowly, slowly through experiences we come to know it is true. Same person in the morning is so kind, so gentle, so helpful, and that man in the noontime changes his behavior, and evening again another type of behavior. Why like this? Why he is changing like this? Because of this. The 2-3 types of gunas is changing. Whole life is changing because of the 3 gunas. To remain constantly in the sattva, to remain always happy and good, is really a struggle, and that's called austerity. What is the austerity, the spiritual austerity? To remain in that, I am always good in every situation, in every condition. I am always happy, I am always kind, helpful, like that. So, that is the try that we have to do, and then practice. Then the 14th he says, Parinama ekatvat vastu tantam. Parinama ekatvat vastu tattvam. The gunas means we must remember sattva, raja, tama work together within every change of form and expression. As we were discussing, it is changing. Why? The mind of a person is changing from happiness, from goodness to suddenly unhappy, bad behavior, because of the parinama, the changes have come. So, that is the reason. Someone is very good, but suddenly behaved little roughly. We should not be angry. We should not say that person is like this and we should not go and mix with him. No. Maybe that in that condition, he could not control his anger. So expression came in that way. So that it says, Parinama ekatvat. Vastu tattvam. The gunas, the sattarajatama, work together within every change of form and expression. There is a unity in all things. When a person is very bad, and that is the reason Swami Vivekananda said, each soul is potentially divine. Each soul is potentially divine means sometimes some people now at this moment they are showing that they are so bad. But there also the potentiality of divinity is still there. And this is our mission, the whole life's mission of the Ramakrishna Mission monks. What? Again Swami Vivekananda is telling, my philosophy can be said in 2 sentences. To make people aware about their divine nature. Mark the word, divine nature. What is divinity? Unselfishness and love. Sometimes we talk about divinity but not knowing exactly what is divinity. The divinity means unselfishness and love. Yesterday one gentleman was asking a question, is Bhagavan this Ramakrishna and Ma Sarada, Swami Vivekananda, they are all human beings. Why you call them God? You go to any Hindu temple, there is a Ramachandra, then the Lakshmana and all this, then the Krishna is there, then the Durga, then the Kali, the Ganesha, they are gods and goddesses, we can understand. But when we come over here, it is a photograph of a person. And how can you call him the God? So this is the answer. Constantly, every moment, without change, if he is living in the Sattva Guna, that is what? 100% completely unselfish and at the same time full of love. If this is not godliness, then what is godliness? So that we have to understand. Sometimes we misunderstand, and sometimes some people unnecessarily will put this as an adjective, Bhagavan, Bhagavan Omok, Bhagavan that, Bhagavan. No, it is not. You have to go and see in his character. So he was tested in those days by the great Pandits, learned people, and then they declared he is not ordinary person. It is unthinkable, because the unselfishness is so much that he could not say I, the word I was absent in him. That consciousness was not there. He used to say this body. The I means the God, constantly. So that is the God. So Swami Vivekananda is explaining again, no, just what is all the time? In the Shetashvatara Upanishad it says, the vast universe is a will, and upon it are all creatures that are subject to birth, death and rebirth. Round and round it turns and never stops. It is the will of Brahman. As long as the individual self thinks it is separate from Brahman, it revolves upon the will. But when through the grace of Brahman it realizes its identity with him, it revolves upon the will no longer. It achieves immortality. That is the gist. That the will is going on, will of birth and rebirth. And now, whose will is this? The Brahman. And we are, in fact, in reality, we are Brahman. Each soul is potentially divine. The only thing we are not aware of it. And that's why one should be aware and try to manifest. How to manifest? Becoming unselfish becoming more concerned for others. Again, Swami Vivekananda said, to realize God is easy by helping to others to realize God. Realization of God is easy for one person when he is helping others to realize God. So you have the conception what is God, very clear conception. Then you constantly your mind is dwelling on that. Then you are going out and helping others to achieve that. That is the easiest way to realize God. So that comes from love only. When you are full of love of a mother. That's why Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna called that Brahman as mother. Ma Kali. Whom you call as Brahman, I call that as Kali. Ma. Why mother? Because the affection is so much and without any desire. Only one desire is there, my children should be happy, my children should be successful, my children should be healthy, and no other desires. So that is the mother's love is the purest of the pure. And that is why in Hinduism they teach that mother is your goddess, higher than the heaven. What the heaven you are talking about? So these are the conceptions when we come to know, and in the next class again we will start with this 14th aphorism. The gunas, sattva, raja and tama is working together, and we can understand that, we can feel that, we can realize that, experiencing every time. This moment I am so good, next moment I am very tired, lethargic, and then again I am very active. So sattva is good, full of love, lethargic, tama, in between raja, active but egoistic. So these are the three gunas constantly within us. What we should do consciously, we should try to go as maximum possible towards sattva, this sattva guna. And then what will happen? We will be happy. So that is the ultimate, because it's concerned with me. I am going to be happy. And when I am happy, I am a part and parcel of the society. When I am happy, truly happy, and happy with the realization of the self, I can make many other people also happy. Just like the Bhagavan Buddha, just like the Jesus Christ, just like Sri Ramakrishna, they themselves were very happy and satisfied people. And they made millions of people happy and satisfied. Continuously it is going on. So God means this unselfishness, and God means full of love, motherly love. Thank you very much, and in the next class again we will discuss about this. Yeah? You can sit down. Vomiting, there's a belching out and like that. If you eat onion, garlic, when you will be belching, so that smell will come. Isn't that? That is the question.
So when you go from tamas, you develop more of tamo. If you are sattva, and if you eat onion and garlic,
Oh.
I don't know. That's why
No. No. That is, it doesn't. Actually, the food of course have the effect. That's true. So food and drinks, of course, it has the effect. But suppose they consider in Indian dishes, dosha is a sattvic food. But if you eat at least Hindu temple, the dosa, 2 dosas, you'll be fully tama. Because so much that if you eat, then you won't feel active at all and you'll be sleeping and all that. So that is not the thing. So the thing is your habit. Suppose you are habituated to eat this type of food, there is no problem. But with a control thing, when you are controlled and you are eating that food, nourishing your body and your mind is happy, sattva food. In the Bhagavad Gita, it gives the very clear thing. In the food, where you feel a very, that happiness and always active, that is a sattvic food for you. Maybe that same food is a tamasic food for others. The same food may be tamasic food for others, but same food is a sattvic food. So that way too. Any other question?
On the same basis of gunas, people say Ishwar is supposed to be gunatit, not supposed to have any gunas. But then many times you hear Shankara as tamas, Brahma as active, and creation, and Vishnu as
Vishnu is creating.
So can we classify Ishvara like that and say different?
No. See, when the Lord Vishnu is creating and the Lord Shiva is destroying and the Brahma, these also. So this is actually Vishnu is sustaining and Brahma is creating and Shiva. That is the mythological concept. But when they are creating or sustaining or working, they are not attached with it. So that is the main thing. Bhagavan Sri Krishna, he was all through in the Mahabharata that war, but he was not at all attached in that. So that attachment and detachment. So when Shankara, he is working for the development of others. Sri Ramakrishna, he is visiting so many houses, trying to help others to develop, to manifest the goodness. Jesus is traveling length and breadth of the whole that area and speaking to people. Lord Buddha also, 40 years his missionary life. Why they did? But there was no at all any desire except helping people. So it cannot be called as a sattva, raja, tama, guna attached. No, they are beyond this. And the moment we go beyond this, we cannot work, of course. That is true. The major portion is the swatta and little bit of raja. Tama is totally absent. And ours is, the ordinary people, sometimes the tama goes up, sometimes the raja goes up, sometimes the sattva goes up. It is not constant. So we cannot say that this person is perfect. Why? Sometimes he is coming under the tamaguna. Effort should be knowingly becoming swattaguna. That's all. And what is the sattaguna again? Unattached love. Unattached love. That is the sattva-guna. Okay, then let us conclude with this stotra. Now, as we chanted, we are not mind, we are not senses, we are not these, and here again we say, aham nirvikalpo nirakara rupa. Nirvikalpa, changeless. I am that eternal. I don't have any change. So, nirakara rupa, I don't have any form. So, aham nirvikalpo nirakara rupa vibhutvacha sarvatra सर्वत्र सर्वेन्द्रियाणां नवासंगतं नैव मुक्तिर्नमेया चिदानन्दरूप शिवोऽहं 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 शिवोऽहम् ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः हरिः ॐ तत्सत् श्रीरामकृष्ण अर्पणमस्तु।